Hi guys, just wanted to show you my new air compressor. So this right here is a Craftsman. It's 165 psi, 1.7 horsepower electric air compressor, and it's oilless. Look down here, you'll see that it has 6.8 SCFM at 40 psi and 5.1 SCFM at 90 psi. It has two gauges on it, one for your tank pressure, which is right here, and one for your tools right here. Here's the regulator knob here. It's a dual port, so you can run two tools off of this air compressor at the same time. Right over here is the on-off switch. You also notice that it has nice two handles to easily move it around the shop if you have to, and it actually works really well too. Down here, these look like, I don't know, maybe 8-inch wheels, but they're all rubber. They look very nice. If you see here, this actually did not come with the air compressor. This is something that I installed on here because the release valve, which is, I'll show you in a few minutes, is like really small, and it's in the middle underneath the tank and was really hard to get to. So what I did was I used a 90 elbow, two of them, along with the 6-inch male-to-male threaded pipe, plus this ball valve here, and all the pieces are 1/4 in size. Right here you have rubber feet, and there's not really much on the back on here. Right under here, this right here unscrews. This is the air filter, and this is where it actually pulls air in to the air compressor. It runs off of 120 volts, so your regular house wall outlet, and that's pretty much it. So let me show you the ball valve. I'm sorry, let me show you the release valve as far as where it's located. So you see right here, this is what I installed right here, and I used gas Teflon tape to seal this up, since it's literally air going through, and since gas is, air, I figured that would work better in sealing this. So the ball valve works really good. I tested it out. Oh, it actually had pressure still in there. Okay, didn't expect that. Okay, all right. So you see the ball valve works really good. I did turn it on to test it out, and it takes about just under 10 minutes. Okay, I got to do this with two hands. Hold on. Okay, it actually weighs 140 pounds, and you need two hands in order to lift it up. 149 pounds, actually. So what I was saying, I did allow it to pressure to fill up to 165 psi, and it took about just under 10 minutes. And at first I thought that was a lot of time, but when I did research on air compressors that were similar in tank size, they all were around that. So I'll say, okay, well, then I guess it's just something I'll have to, when I need to use, I just know to first plug it up, let it pressurize while I get my tools out. Let me plug it up for you so that you can actually hear. It's actually really quiet as well, compared to my old compressor. So I'll turn it on so you can actually hear it. So you see, it's not really that loud. And actually, you know what? This port here, this actually is sucking air in, because I can feel it. So there you go. So what I'm going to do now is it's only got, I don't know, maybe 10 psi in there, something like that. So I'm going to open the valve here and let the air out. So you see it works really well. When I installed it, I didn't get a chance to test it, check it for leaks. I did turn the compressor back on, let it fill back up, and within 3 hours it went down 5 psi, but I'm not sure if it's because the outside temperature, well, here in the garage was about 40 degrees. So, and I know the air that was in the tank was on the warmer side because I can feel it, the warmth on the tank when I had first pumped it up. So I gotta use some water and soap and spray on the connector just to make sure of that. So the reason why I bought this is I bought it because I have a Cobalt Air Compressor, which I'll show you right now. So this is my Cobalt Air Compressor. This is the first air compressor that I've ever owned, and I love it. It's made working on both of our vehicles really easy, doing restoration work on our minivan, replacing rusted out door panels and rocker panels. You know, I've been able to use a DA sander, my impact wrench, my air ratchet, you know, all those tools that don't require a lot of CFM. The cutoff wheel didn't really work well because the CFM on here, as you can see, is 4.0 at 90 psi. This one is 150 max psi. It's 1.8 horsepower engine. This is also an oilless compressor and it's 8 gallons. So this has served me well. I haven't had any issues or anything with it, but what I needed the Craftsman one for is because I have a plasma cutter now and it requires a higher CFM, which this compressor you know, doesn't have. So this one I'm still going to use for small jobs like airing up the tires because it only takes about a minute or two to fill this up. This compressor is actually louder as well than my Craftsman one. I'll show you that right now. So this one works off of 115 volt as well, regular house outlet. So I'm going to turn this one on so you can hear. So you can see this one is much louder than my Craftsman one. Sorry about that, guys. My phone stopped recording. I didn't realize it. So here are the specs for the Craftsman 33 gallon. Really the only thing that's not on the tank is the cut-in pressure, which is 135 psi, and the cutout pressure is 165. Also I forgot to show you, this is the safety valve here. So this will open when there's more pressure in the tank than 165. So right now I have not had a chance to really use it because I just bought it. And if I didn't mention the price, I got it at Sears for $329. It was on sale. The original price is $449. The only thing I did not like about it was the time it takes for it to air up to max psi, which that's just a personal preference, and then the release valve, which is underneath, which I fixed that. Outside of that, I love everything else about it. I like the way it looks. I love the fact that I can wheel it around. It's actually going to be sitting over here in this space here, locked up. And also, in case you're wondering, I keep my compressors and most of my stuff covered. So what I did was, which I'll show you right here, I have a Weber grill cover, which is for the 22-inch cover. So I'm gonna put it on here. Actually, hold on. So you see here, you see how it covers it for the most part, almost all the way down. So this is what I use, and then the plastic that came with it is right there, and it actually covers all the way down to the wheel. So I use both of those to keep it covered when I'm not using it. All right, so I'll post the link in the description, and you guys have yourself a blessed day.